Hey guys, I'm Ethan Moore from Stockman Supply. I was talking to a gentleman on the phone, I can't remember his name, but he had never seen a Flatmaster in person. He's seen them on videos, but he wanted to know how the motor was attached and how you bolted up. So we'll bring the camera in here. Simply the motor, right on this frame here, we got some laser cut holes in the side. That's where the motor will bolt on. Now, you can either get your own motor or you can buy a motor from us and bolt it on there. Now I'm going to show you guys how to mount the motor that we sell on the Flatmaster. So we'll get right into it here. So first we're going to take this belt guard off. Now it takes a green Robertson screwdriver or a Phillips, so it's a multi option here, but we'll just take the belt guard off here while we have it upside down. When you take it out of the box, it'll be like this with the top on the bottom of the box. Sometimes it's just a little bit easier to work on like this. So take the belt guard off. And then we'll flip the hall sander over and we're going to pop the top off here. Okay, so now that we have the top unscrewed here, we'll just lift it off here. Now when I lift it off, you'll notice there's some washers between the top and the frame. They are on there for a purpose. That'll just keep the top to stay flat, so it doesn't take any inconsistencies that are in the frame here. So we're just going to remove these washers here right now. And we're pretty well ready to mount the motor. So you guys might notice I'm wearing a different shirt. I got basically finished filming my video yesterday until I realized I forgot something very important. So before you go any further, you get your motor out of the box, make sure you put your pulley on your motor. You don't have to tighten it. You can just slide it on there, but that is important. You won't be able to do that once you have the motor bolted on. So put the pulley on the motor. Now, next thing we're going to do, really simple, I like to lay this Flatmaster down like that. Normally I'd be standing on this side so I could see, but that's okay. I'll be over here so you guys can see. We got our holes for our motor here, and then we're going to bring our motor, lift it up, and we're going to grab 2 bolts. Lift it up like this. And we should be able to slide those 2 bolts, oopsies, right, one there, and one, right there. So now we'll thread 2 nuts on the bottom, just to make sure that doesn't move. So when you're putting your motor on, just to give you as much access to the top here so your fences will work, you're going to want to have the motor, the slots, all the way as low as they can go, which is how I have it set right now. Any adjustment in the belt can be done with the link belt by adding or removing links. You shouldn't need to slide that motor back and forth to adjust it. So we got the top in there, we'll put the bottoms in. Okay, so now that we have the bolts and the nuts on there, we can go ahead and tighten that just with a wrench. Now if you look at the nut, it's got a little kind of star washer on the inside there. It's kind of a self-locking nut, so if I use a wrench, I shouldn't need to hold with another wrench on the opposite side. It should just tighten up here. So we'll tighten up these nuts here, just like that. Okay, so now that we got that tightened up here, we'll go ahead and put the belt on here, the link belt. We'll flip it up sideways so we can see here. We'll put it back up on its feet. And then once we got the link belt on, we can go ahead and reassemble everything. Now one thing I didn't mention here, if you look at this motor, I have the Flatmaster on its feet here right now. Right there I have about a ½ inch clearance, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Some motors, depending where that capacitor is located, will actually be lower than the feet of the Flatmaster. So what we do is in with the Flatmaster, we include some feet that will go in the bottom of those legs of the Flatmaster to raise it up so you can adjust the height of it. In this case, I don't need that with the AG electric motor. but some motors you may need that. Okay, so we're about to put the link belt on. First thing we're going to do is we're going to tighten these pulleys up. Now these pulleys are designed to be in either a keywayed shaft or a non-keyway. So right now it's got 2 Allen keys in there. So I'm going to tighten one of the Allen keys. We're going to land it right in that keyway. And the other Allen key will just tighten up against the shaft. Okay, now if we go up top, we're just going to line the pulley up of the Flatmaster with the motor. And we'll go ahead and tighten up this top pulley here on the drum. Again, this is going to have 2 Allen keys, one on over here as well. Okay, get that tightened up. And now we're ready for our belt. So, with this belt, can be a pain to do, to be honest, but that's okay. We're going to roughly get a measurement here. The sander automatically comes with 2 feet when you order it. Depending on what size motor you have or the different way the motor's built, you may need more or less. Well, you won't need more, but you will always take a few links out. So this will give me an idea how close I am. That should be pretty good. Okay, so we'll bring it up top. I have a video on how to assemble this link belt. I'll make sure I link that in the top of the video here. I'm just going to turn this nub. Whoopsies. So now I have this inside out, so we'll flip this. Just right in there like so. And that right there is a wee bit too loose, so I need to take 1 link out of it. So I took a link out of the belt, so if you see that's how much tension I have. If I squeeze it really hard, see, I can't quite get them to touch in the center. That's about your tension there. Now that belt, as you use it, will loosen slightly, so you may need to take another link out, but it's not too difficult to do. So yeah, right now we are ready to reassemble this thing. So I'll put the belt guard on and the top, and we will be done and ready to get it set up. Okay, so we got the belt guard on, we got the top bolted up, everything is reassembled, and if we turn it on, it's working good. Now, with the motor, you're going to want it spinning counterclockwise, so you can stand on the motor side. If you have it spinning clockwise, you'll stand on the opposite side, which is where the vacuum port will go in. So not an ideal spot to stand. Now, the next thing that we would have to do is set up the height and adjust the sander, which I will do in a future video here. So yeah, that's how you bolt the motor on. If anybody else has any questions, you can email me at info@stockroomsupply.com or just comment on the video. Now, if you want to see future videos, make sure you subscribe and hit the little bell button for a notification. Also, follow us on Instagram at stockroomsupply.